Hello and welcome back to SimbaviTravels, and this time the family is traveling to Luxembourg. So our first stop was at a gas station. Have you seen something as beautiful as this at any gas station that you've stopped at before? I guess not. It was green, it has horses, and it was just such a beautiful sight that I had to capture the gas station. So our first stop in Luxembourg was the Viaden castle. Yes, we stopped to see this beautiful castle that was up on a hill, literally on a mountaintop. And you go through these winding, beautiful roads to get on top of that castle. It was such a lovely drive. And on the way, you had a hustle bustle town where you could sit by the river, enjoy lots of food and drinks, and see a lot of people hiking up the mountain. But of course, Avi and I love our car, and so does Wolfie. And so we guys decided to go up the mountain in our car, looking at all these bright houses left and right, people sitting and enjoying their drinks on a bright day. And it was just lovely. So once we reached the top of the castle, there was an area where you could park your car. We parked our cars and it was time to walk those cobble streets up to the beautiful castle, taking in the surroundings, the little village around this beautiful castle, and of course admiring the beautiful structure that it was. Very, very exquisite. And of course, just the hill around it, all the beautiful flowers and the houses, and of course along with us a lot of people making that stretch up the mountain to see this castle. And when you get up on top, it just has the most mesmerizing views of the village below. Just look at that. You can see far away in the vicinity, and just admire and gauge at all of those houses down below. And it's so picturesque. It's just lovely to sit there, take in all the fresh air, admire this beautiful castle, and how it was made, and how much it's eroded over time, and how much it has been preserved. And of course, my walk back and the beautiful cliffs. It was just lovely. We did stop by the river, enjoy a drink or two, have some food before we headed to our next destination. And this time, it's very different. This time, we're driving down to a campsite. Yes, we're driving to a camp from where you can see this castle. And we were given this beautiful insight by a fellow passenger who we found there, and who told us that that's one camp we should totally go to. We can get a snack and we can enjoy how people do their camping. So why don't you come along with me to my next stop at Camp Moulin. It was just lovely, and I'll tell you all about it once we get there. finally, after all that driving around the mountain and down the mountain and the slopes, we arrive at Camp Moulin. This reminded me of my childhood, all the days that we would go camping from Vasant Valley, and that's the school I studied in Delhi. Look at this campsite. It's just on the side of the river. People have parked their cars, open up their tents. Some have these caravans and buses that have tents in them. And people are rafting in the water and they're swimming in the water. And you can see me, I'm so excited to just feel that lovely cold water on my feet and dance along. And also, I got Avi to come in and enjoy the water. It was just lovely. The kids and their mums getting on rafts and a little bridge that people are walking by on. And of course, you can see the castle right behind Avi in the background. And me convincing Avi to enjoy the water and walk through it. It was such a cute experience that I can't wait to go back to Camp Moulin and actually stay there a few nights. It's lovely. It's right in the middle of nowhere where you can see the castle from. It gets lots of people with their pets and their children to come and camp on the weekends, weekdays. You can enjoy your barbecues, you can enjoy your hikes and treks. And then there are lots of activities. There are great showers, very clean campsite. And the best is it also has a on-house a little restaurant or a cafe where you can get fresh pizzas and you can get your chips and wafers and cokes and candy, all that while you enjoy the camp. And once we were done enjoying the camp, the next we head and we reached downtown Luxembourg. And in downtown Luxembourg, my baby found the love of his life, and her name was Kiara. She was the cutest little thing we've ever seen. And I can promise you that Kiara was not only Wafi's love life, and Avi decided that she was going to be his daughter-in-law. Yes, dog-laughter. You can call her whatever, but Kiara was going to be a part of our family someday in the future. So finally, after deciding that Kiara was going to be our daughter-in-law, we did make the trip down to the downtown Luxembourg. We walked all the beautiful streets of Old Town, and you can see, like any other European town, this too has tons of cafes, a lot of hustle and bustle. The crowds are sitting for their caffeine and their liquor intakes. People are walking around. There's music, lots of good wine and cocktails and mocktails, and lovely weather to walk around town. And it's really clean, it's really neat. Luxembourg is one of the richest countries in Europe. And finally, we reached what is called the balcony of Europe. Yes, we were standing on the balcony of Europe and seeing the views of Luxembourg. It's really gorgeous to be here. You can see the bridges and the trains going on them. Down below, you can see all of the city. People are residing, and you can watch a beautiful sunset again, and just see those gardens. Just how lovely the landscaping is. And of course, you have the old town in the backdrop, and Avi and I both dressed in lemon, trying to fit in the background and look our best to get the most picturesque pictures in that background. And it was a lovely, gorgeous evening. Lots of good food, lots of good music. And of course, Luxembourg is a very, very small country. I can easily recommend all of you to spend about a day and a night, and that should be enough for you to get the vibe of Luxembourg. But it's definitely a must-watch. It's a really nice place to visit for the day and not very far from Amsterdam. Thank you so much for watching SimbaviTravels, and see you again on another trip around the world.